Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3, Episode 7. I feel like Shangela's made us like full-on alcoholics. It's just like, I need a full bottle of vodka to get through an episode at this point.
What's the equivalent of a wino, but with vodka?
An alcoholic.
Just a hard alcoholic.
Yeah. A hard alcoholic. Just to point out, well, this isn't our shirt, but this is one of our new shirts. I'm sure many of you who watch our movie reviews will hopefully get it. Either way, Nancy!
I'm your mom!
But Avaryl wore it tonight in solidarity with Delta work.
I believe in you, Delta.
So this week is Ruhaha, and in the tradition, the library is open.
Because reading is what? Fundamental.
First and foremost, Ru walks in.
Oh boy.
Dressed like a silent movie director.
I don't know what was happening.
I wasn't mad at it. She's got the legs to pull it.
Oh my god, of course.
If anyone can pull off a Jodhpur, it's RuPaul. And Charlize Theron.
Sure.
But anyway, yes, the library is open. And it's not the best.
No, I miss Jujubee.
I mean, it's never gonna be as good as Jujubee, so it's sort of a downhill from here.
Basically.
Was your barbecue cancelled? Your grill isมึงหนาหมามึงก็โตมึงใหญ่สิตาย I will read you to filth.
Usually I'm pretty good at understanding what Yara is saying. Like, I could pretty much glean what she is saying. This, I was like, I don't know. She rhymed Asian with patience.
Yep.
And I was like, what?
Manila, listen. It's not because you're Asian. It's because I need some patience to deal with you.
Which didn't make any sense.
Well, also, it didn't make sense on top of the fact that it doesn't rhyme. But I was like, okay, I don't know what this is.
Raja, do you think you're fashion? You should go to old school.
And then it's Manila's turn, and I was all excited. And she's like, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
Ow, eat it, eat it, eat it, ow.
Yes, and then she says some jokes that aren't funny.
No, they weren't funny.
Your blue contacts are so creepy that it makes my skin itchy, itchy, itchy pilante.
It's a long journey.
Yeah.
And then she talks about, you know, Delta could feed all the starving children in Africa or something. It was like, oh, what?
It's dinner time, Delta, and you are serving body, yaddy, yaddy. Well, I guess that solved the problem with all them starving kids in Africa.
It was awkward.
Yeah. You're serving body yada yada, but there's just so much of it that like you could feed all of Africa.
But they're cannibals. That's my question.
Well, sure, right. Then you're like, oh, I guess? I don't know.
And then Delta wasn't funny either.
No.
She makes some chupacabra joke about Yara.
Yeah.
When your flight came into town, the sightings of chupacabras increased. Manila, what are we gonna do when a hurricane hits all of Asia? You won't have any material left.
And then she talks about, oh, I hope there's not a hurricane in Asia because Manila won't have any material to work with. And it was like, why are we going to all these natural disasters and talking about starving kids? What's going on?
No one was like biting enough.
No.
You know? It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna take this quirk of yours and like really or whatever.
They were broad. But Delta does have one funny joke. She's like, Raja, you're stomping that runway.
When you're on the runway, do you keep the 800 number for suicide? Because those toes are ready to jump.
And Alexis was, I don't know, she said something.
Angela, girl, can we have some water? Her hair is thirsty, baby.
Should I call you Raja or Grandma?
I mean, Alexis does call out Shangela's thirsty wigs. And I was
thank
here
God.
for that.
And her boy hair is thirsty.
Yeah.
Everything just needs like a good dose of like conditioner.
She as Vita Bohème would say, most importantly, moisturize.
I want you to believe in yourself, imagine good things, and moisturize.
Well, I actually thought Raja's was kind of the funniest. because she was in a way making fun of what everyone else was doing by just being like, here's the obvious joke.
Fat. Who cares? Syphilis.
I mean, and her delivery. I mean, that one's.
Yeah.
This is the only read that I've remembered from this season.
Carmen's like, Yara, what the fuck are you saying? And you're like, okay. And then she's like, oh, Alexis, I went to the zoo and saw you there or something?
Yeah, I didn't quite get it.
I've been thinking about you all day. I was at the zoo.
Oh. What are you implying? I mean, I guess it was just beast. Not wildebeest, but a wildebeest.
Wildebeest.
Did you ever watch Hunt for the Wilder People?
No, I really want to.
You need to. It's so cute.
I mean, it has Sam Neill. I'm in.
It's so cute.
I'm in. I bothered to go watch Life. You know,
Oh,
I should have.
You should have watched
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah.
I mean, Life is fine. I was watching it, and Ryan Reynolds was being Ryan Reynolds, and I was like, oh, I hope he dies first. Spoilers! He totally does. It was weird. I'm getting really good at calling this. It was like Alien Covenant. I was like, ugh. James Franco, I hope he dies first. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't know what she meant. She was like, oh, I saw you at the zoo because you're wild. But at the zoo, they're tamed. Wild animals. She's in the cage.
Maybe because she looks like a horse?
She's a pony? Is that what it was?
Wouldn't that be like a circus? Or
oh, I saw you at the stables. And then Shangela was last.
Mimi, I'm first.
But it wasn't even like, oh, is that Mimi I'm first? It wasn't like she did a little, like,
right.
A little acting, a little stage play.
No, it was just, Mimi, I'm first. Okay. Like, that joke would have been funny. And actually, it's funny. It's crazy because I forgot that Mimi I'm First was on this season.
It's been so long.
Right?
I feel like it was 3 years ago.
But I was like, oh, that's like, funny call, like, flashback to Mimi I'm First. But no, that was
wait, that was like
3 weeks ago.
And all Carmen Carrera. Honey, just go jump in the ocean. You won't drown. Silicone floats.
She's basically like, Carmen, go jump in the water. Don't worry, silicone floats. There was no discussion of why she was going in the water. She should have made a Jersey Shore joke.
Oh.
At the shore?
Sure.
Something. I don't know.
Or like, Carmen Carrera, like, if I am ever on the Titanic, I hope I'm with you, because that silicone sure will float or whatever.
I'm going to use you as my flotation device.
Exactly.
On the Titanic.
Whatever. In the event of a water landing.
Will you be the Jack to my Rose and act as my flotation device?
I'll never let go.
Until I do.
Until I shove you into the ice cold water, your frozen body.
I don't care for that movie.
No. I don't care for James Cameron.
Well,
in the modern era.
Post, no. We love Terminator.
Oh, and
love T2.
True Lies.
And love True Lies. Shangela wins, and we find out that the main challenge is stand-up comedy routine. She gets 10 extra minutes with Rita Redner.
Oh my God, Rita! I can't wait to meet Rita Redner.
And then she gets to pick the order in which everyone goes.
I never care about. It never
just doesn't
seems to really matter, but maybe it does.
Yara wants to go last, but I put her next to last. If she knocks it out of the park, that puts Delta at a disadvantage. They should have never told me they saw me as a threat. I will see each one of them go home.
She's picking the order, and she literally in the confessional is like, I picked this person to go here, and da-da-da. Like, she lays out her entire evil plan, but then later is just like trying to lie to them about how it wasn't an evil plan. I'm like, just be a bitch.
If I wanted to be shady, I would have been like, I want all the people I don't like to go first. And that's just not how I wanted it to go.
I thought you were real. I thought you were just Shangela.
Just being real, having your back.
Just being real. So what the hell, Shangela? Why don't you just be real and tell them that you were trying to fuck with them this whole time?
Ding.
What was it?
Well, I needed my other hand.
He was playing like the pan flute.
No, it was like, it's just
playing
hard to do with it.
Playing the Ocarina of Time or something. What's going on? He's just going.
I like you called it the Ocarina, like it was like a Macarena.
Isn't that what it was called?
Ocarina.
Ocarina in Japanese, ocarina in English.
So then they all get a little practice time with Rita Rudner, and she's fabulous.
Fabulous.
Giving really good advice. This is what I want. I want a coach.
They've had really good guest coach, judge, director people this season. Like, let's stop just bringing Todrick in and Michelle in to do everything.
Yeah, no. And Carson and Ross.
No,
Like,
right?
no.
Give me other people.
I want an expertise.
Exactly.
Or an expert.
An expert. Give
In
me an
this field.
expert in the field.
Did anybody else get their period?
Did anyone else just get?
Just get their period. So did anyone else just get their period?
But stay still while you're doing
Did
it.
anyone else just get their period?
There you go, I laughed.
Give me fucking Kathy Griffin. Yes, all day. Give me Kathy and Jimmy.
All the Kathys.
I was just about to say that. Kathy Bates.
Oh, yes. So anyway, yeah, so
Rita
Manila comes up and she's the first to go. And she's really doubling down on this PBS.
Well, so
Even though
Rue had
Rue-
come in earlier and like there wasn't much to talk about, but Rue was like, "Oh, you're gonna make fun of like PBS stuff. Like, is that new? Is that fresh material?"
PBS programming that I used to watch, and how gay it actually seems now.
I mean, I get, sure, Bert and Ernie, like everyone's been like, "Oh, they're actually gay. Oh, they're gay. Oh, they're gay."
Well, I realized she insisted on doing this because she had her Big Bird outfit.
Yes.
That's like what the conclusion you come to by the end of the episode. You're like, oh, okay. You got inspired. This is your wacky look. So you had to like go with it. And everyone else kind of, does
Yeah, she's just
what
like
they end up
helpful
doing.
advice
She's
here and
really
there.
funny
Yeah.
about it. She's like, oh, try this, tweak this. And she's like giving people jokes like left and right.
Yeah.
I went all the way to Florida.
Maybe let's make a joke about that. Say, I came to Miami, I was in first class, I was in the front of the raft.
In the what?
In the front of the raft.
In the raft?
Alexis is like, I can't say that. And then later her joke was less good because she said boat.
Yeah.
But then she gets to Carmen and Carmen just gives up.
You have to say something in the mic, otherwise we can't help.
Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
You silly boy, come over here.
I mean, there's always one in every season, right?
It's just like, I can't do this, I'm frozen or whatever.
Yeah.
And usually it feels like, who was it last season that was like, it was Tyra. Oh, I just think differently. My brain, my process is different. I mean, it usually works out for them, and maybe that's true, but that does seem to be the excuse.
Yeah, like,
oh, this is my process. I'm really in my head and quiet. It seems like I'm not paying attention, that I'm really bored and like don't care about anything, but I really do. And you're like, okay.
Stereotypical New Jersey
So did you
person.
always feel out of place?
Never.
Well, you should, because that's going to be funny. There's nothing funny about a good-looking person doing well who's confident.
But I don't think that the path that she went was necessarily the best.
She went somewhere.
That's true.
So they all do their practicing, and then Delta is having a hard time.
Yeah.
She's clearly letting the pressure get to her. She thinks, like, when Rue came by, she was like, I can tell you're going to be really funny about that. Like there was...
Right.
I mean,
Expectations.
Like, I expected her to do well.
Well, she herself, I think, did. It was just like, oh, this is what I do. Like, I got to be great at it. And I think then she just got in her own head and really
she took herself down.
Yeah.
She was really having a hard time, and that was sad to see because I really do like Delta.
Oh, yeah.
I'm terrified and I'm scared as shit.
And then everyone's getting ready in the makeup mirror, and Yara is like, oh, Manila, are you going to do an Asian accent? And Manila's like, are you going to do
a
an
Spanish accent?
Española accent or whatever? Yara's like, I can't help it. She goes, maybe you should try that British accent that you were so successful with.
You know what you should do? You should do that British accent you were so successful at.
Oh, fuck you.
Then Carmen comes out in this fat suit with a bikini, and she's laying on seemingly this bearskin rug, just feeling herself. I mean, this does seem to be Carmen's prep, right? She's like, and I'm gonna get into a real sexy place, and I'm gonna get real confident in my body, because Carmen just really likes being naked, and I'm feeling myself. Like Burt Reynolds on this bearskin rug, just like, hey.
So quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with the runway and the comedy. Well, it's not really runway, it's just the comedy show.
Yeah.
And then a good lip sync, and then a lot to talk about.
A great lip sync. A great lip sync.
It's the first good one.
So, Rue walks down the runway in this weird pulled back wig. Yeah. She looks like the blonde Predator. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. And then the dress At first, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like some glittering parachute that you would like, you know, in kindergarten be like, cut mouse, I'm gonna get you. Woo, woo. Or like sensory, right? To like get the kid like, oh. But then the more I looked at it, the more I kind of liked it.
It was almost like Tibetan prayer flags.
I liked it the more I looked at it.
Kind of. So opening the show is Raja, who comes out in this iconic look.
Iconic Carrie White look.
Yeah, with like the bucket of,
it was just
like, it's great.
It's like the most fashionable, elegant Halloween costume you've ever seen.
Absolutely.
She gets real raunchy real quick. She's just like...
But John threw $40 on my cum-slick tits and told me to get the fuck out. I was like, I'm leaving, fucker, I'm leaving. I'll see you at home, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
I'll see you at home, Dad.
She just topped. So I thought it was very funny.
I thought it was very funny, too. I mean, it was raunchy, but that's fine. I'm here for that.
So, next up is Carmen Carrera, who comes out looking like Trog and Joan Crawford combined.
Yeah.
It's just like a gorilla costume without the head, and this beautiful woman that's like in it. And you're like, what's this? What's happening? What's happening here?
So she makes like a lot of fat jokes. She's like, I wish I was a fat girl because then I could do this, or then I could do this, or like, which felt weird to me.
She had a lot of confidence in what she was saying and in her performance, so it was like funnier because of that.
Yeah.
She wasn't like apologizing while saying these jokes that, yes, were kind of cringy.
I want to be like really fat. I want to get pregnant and not even know it. You know what I mean? I want to go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet, and become a mother. Okay?
And then she pulls off the fur coat and she's got the fat suit on. Her face and hair were like choice this week, and I was into it.
Yes. For me, it wasn't offensive humor.
Right.
And that, like, you know, it's like, it wasn't like Gilbert Gottfried or something where you're just like, oh my God, that is offensive and hilarious.
It's not like Aristocrats where you're like, fuck yes, more. I don't like PC boundaries for jokes.
No.
But this wasn't that funny.
Exactly. That's the issue for me. It wasn't a funny angle at it, you know?
No.
She's making fat jokes, saying that she wished she was fat so that she could
so she could fulfill fat stereotypes.
Yeah. And I was like, that's kind of icky to me. So the next is Alexis Mateo.
Yeah.
And she comes out with a lot of energy.
Well, she comes out and she's like, Bizarro World Dolly Parton. She's like Dolly Parton's evil twin or something. Like if it was on a telenovela or something, she'd be like,
She's Wally Parton.
That's silly.
That's the point.
She has a lot of energy. She's doing her same high-pitched, oh my God, blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
So I became a stripper, baby! Yes, ma'am, honey. If God give it to you, baby, you better make some money.
Well, she was like, I have to work in these tips.
That was the other. I feel like a lot of people were crippled by trying to work around their outfits.
But she finally got her silhouette right. Her hips looked so thin. I mean, yes, the boobs were too big because they were hilarious inflatable boobs, but like, she looked good. Yeah. And if she'd had just her breastplate, I would have been like, yeah, this is the best shape you've ever made. Next to perform.
Yeah.
Shangela. Now I'll say this. I do think this is the best she's ever looked.
Yes.
She was sort of like trashy pirate Mary J. Blige. Ahoy! We didn't really talk enough about this. So Alexis and Yara are talking to Shangela about makeup.
What about what I'm doing here and sculpting the face?
Take your time.
From here up, I don't use a lot of foundation.
No.
I don't need it there.
Oh, it's not even all the way across?
No, because then you're creating a mask.
And Shangela's like, oh, I shouldn't be painting my entire face to look like a mask? I mean, that's not what she said.
You don't put on powder between steps.
No! No! How dare you? No.
No, you shouldn't. I love that Yara's literally like, no.
Everything that Shangela said is exactly what you never should do.
Episode 7, Avaryl.
This is some Derek Barry shit.
It is.
So she comes out and she's LaQuifa, a postmodern pimp hoe.
Yeah. A PMP.
But it should be PMPH.
Yeah.
Because pimp hoe isn't a word.
Laquifa the PMP. Now that stands for the postmodern pimp hoe.
Maybe it's hyphenated.
You
I
work
don't
for
know.
yourself. I don't know. You're an entrepreneur.
Well, that's what she
are we
said. She
gonna say?
hoes herself out and she's her own pimp and she doesn't pay herself. Like some of her jokes were giggle-worthy.
This is what I'll say. She had jokes. She had a routine. She stayed in character.
Yes.
But I'm also my own hoe. That's right. Because of the recession, y'all, I'm telling you, I done had to scale back.
I didn't particularly find it that funny.
I wasn't laughing. And maybe part of that's because I was just so over her.
Could be.
I think part of it is. But at the same time, it was just her delivery annoyed me.
Well, for me, she was relying on cussing.
And screaming.
And, well, a lot of screaming. But she would just throw a fuck in there all the time.
Anybody out there happily single? All right. Fuck you and your happily single ass. Trying to find a Prince Charming like Cinderella, right? Fuck Cinderella, stupid bitch.
With all the shit she gave Manila about leaning into a stereotype of her culture, so I was just like, well,
That's fair. That's fair.
It was on my mind.
Sure.
She has a hook where she just goes,
And Laquifa, I say what? Laquifa, I say what? I said, bitch, do you know how many rich animals I had to fuck to get this coat? Stupid bitch.
And it reminded me of the Big Sick.
Oh my God, yes.
People say Sam.
And people say Sam.
Say what?
Is he still doing that people say Sam bit?
People say Sam.
Laquifa, I said what?
It's an easy formula
Sure.
for, and to like engage the audience, right? To be like.
But is it funny?
No, I didn't think so.
Where your hoes at? I said, bitch, don't you see I'm wearing 4 pair of hoes right here holding back my dick?
In no way should she have been in the bottom.
No.
But like, I just didn't particularly find it hilarious and funny.
No. Also, I'm exhausted by Shangela.
Yes.
Anyway, next up, Manila Luzon in her iconic Big Bird look. It was so good.
So
It was
good.
so fabulous.
It really is fabulous. She has some great outfits this season.
She keeps to her whole bit about PBS.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this, I laughed at this.
I laughed at her Count Chocula, like...
or the Count
The
joke.
Count, yeah.
The Count. He's one of those old Liberace gays, and he loves collecting tchotchkes, like Fabergé eggs. One Fabergé egg.
Ooh, Fabergé eggs.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, that made me chuckle.
Yeah, it made me think of that.
I think more than the joke, it was her performance.
Yeah.
That was like, she was doing a bit, and I thought that was funny.
Yeah, and it reminded me of, I don't know, one of my absolute favorite YouTube videos.
Because I really love to.
I really want to. Oh, it's every time it's funny.
When I'm alone, I myself.
I thought it was fine.
I thought
we
it was
also
fine.
find out later, like, they put the best pieces of it together because they show her just
bomb.
bombing later.
Look like a Netflix I found in someone else's mail. So, when they popped that DVD into Fred's flat screen.
So the next was Giada Sofia. Oh my God.
She's like a little cannonball running out. I mean, this was...
She comes out on her knees.
Well, she's in this sort of like traditional flamenco outfit.
But like as a little person.
As a little person on her knees.
Chicken means polla. Polla means cock in Spain. I don't want to eat a fucking dick sandwich.
I laughed.
I thought this was the best one.
It was just so good.
The difference between an onion and a 14 inches dick. Both make me cry.
It was just
so
crazy and hilarious and energetic. There were actual jokes that somehow made sense.
I mean, I understood most of what she was saying.
Right.
And then at some point she just starts shitting.
Well, I think she was talking about having sex with him and the 14-inch dick. And so that's why then there was like shit everywhere. She was a little vulgar, but
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out! There was shit all over the bed. I felt like a Willy Wonka in Chocolate Factory.
It was fabulous.
It was bold.
And she looked great and crazy.
Yeah.
All of it was just crazy. It was a whirlwind of crazy, and I was on board for this whirlwind. So then closing the show is Delta Work. Oh boy. So she comes out in like one of those tchotchke t-shirts with the like the skinny girl silhouette of like a bikini on it.
It started and I liked it. She was like friendly and inviting and sort of like sharing her like vulnerability, but like still it was nice.
I'm in my early to early 30s, and I'm here in Southern California just kind of looking for love.
And then at a certain point, it got sad.
Yeah.
Who is gonna want a girl like me?
Now I'm gonna like share my sadness with you, audience, and you have to listen to me. And it was like, oh no. I mean, because that joke, she tells a joke at the end that in theory is funny. She's like, I don't exercise because you hear on the news all these stories about the people running and getting abducted by creeps in the woods, and then they're being assaulted, and it's crazy.
Right.
And she's like, so that's why I don't exercise. In theory, that joke is funny, but the way she told it, you were like, oh no.
She just like got all messed up and mangled up, and it was like, I don't know. It was a pretty big disaster.
They go out running, and then they get like abducted and assaulted, and I have to eat frozen burritos. I have to watch the marathon of hoarders, because if I go out and exercise, I'm gonna get raped.
Which was just so sad.
Yeah, it bummed me out.
Because especially because she really is so funny, and she talks about it later, where she's like, I guess I'm just funnier, where it's like when we can like build off each other or whatever.
Right,
There's
I
like
can
an
make
interaction and
funny
joke.
jokes to respond to.
And I mean that's part of the hard thing about stand-up.
Yeah.
You know, but I just kind of would have thought that she could have. I think she got caught up trying to make it about herself and about being fat, or just make fun of people.
Yeah, just
Like,
make fun of the
no
other
one really
contestants.
made fun of other people, and I'm like, why not? That
Yeah.
seems like easy
That
pickings.
Delta would have been like, okay,
right?
here we go.
Let's get sassy up in here. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna close this out by being shady about all those bitches.
Because you put me last,
Mm-hmm.
and you've seen all of them before, so you have context, audience members who just wandered in here off the street. And that would have been kind of the only person who could do it,
Yeah.
right? It was not great.
No,
Bummed me out.
a little bit.
But I still believe in you, Delta. She's obviously in a better place now. Emmy nominated.
Oh, yes. The way you said it, like, that's like a term people use when they die.
Oh, no.
She's in a better place.
Well, so then they're all, you know, going down the line, judging everybody. The only thing that really of note was that Carmen is like, well, I just wanted to show you, like, my real body.
I kind of wanted to show you guys my real body.
If I look like that, I would never take that outfit off or put clothes on.
And she's just made a bikini out of electrical tape.
Did you... when I first saw it, I didn't realize that's what it was.
You didn't clock it as
No.
electrical tape?
I thought it was just like a stringy bikini.
I mean, it was a good
She did a
bathing
good job.
suit made of electrical tape, but yes, I clocked it. So, Shangela wins.
I really think this was Yara's. This is twice now.
Twice now in a
that Yara
row.
should have won.
I agree.
Giada Sofia. Well, she's getting robbed. I thought she was so much funnier than Shangela.
Yes.
And like prettier, more put together, more original.
I mean, she looked insane, but
Well, but like in the
on purpose, but like
yeah,
she looked insane.
She was still polished.
Yeah.
Her makeup was better than Shangela's. Her outfit was put together better than Shangela. Like
Even her crazy like flower.
there were
stringy-
roses with hair hanging. Just the hair, I don't think was attached to anything. It was just like a flower sticking out.
It's supposed to be
with
like one of those like fan combs. Like
I
it
don't
fell
know.
or something.
I don't know, but it
was-
worked.
It made me laugh. Every time I saw her, I was like, what's this? She's getting judged on the runway on her knees. I
Yeah.
was like, you commit to
Oh,
this.
she committed to the bit. Absolutely.
Delta and Manila are in the bottom. Ah!
I mean, there really wasn't any other way around it.
So they lip synced to MacArthur Park by Donna Summer, and they were both fabulous.
They were.
I mean, honestly, if Ru had said, you know what, you both have to stay because this is so fucking, it was that good, I thought.
I thought
Like,
it was
equal.
almost that good. If this hadn't, I just can't believe this was Delta's third lip sync. I mean, I can because some of her outfits were like really quite atrocious, but still there were so many other people that were less talented than her.
Mm-hmm.
Overall.
Well, and Delta says herself, she's like, this should be my first time in the bottom. But then the first like half of lip sync, Delta takes off her bangle and is just singing to it for like a while.
I was like, what's going on here?
Too long.
Yeah.
She's like, and I'm singing to the sun, or whatever. It was just like, what?
Yeah.
This started as something and then you didn't know how to end it.
Yep.
This song is fabulous,
Mhm.
and they're both just
living.
feeling
Manila's
themselves.
super feeling it.
See, I thought Manila like took it almost too
A little too far.
She like, well, I mean, she does her again iconic eye crossing like ah, which I wasn't too mad about, and then she like drags her own makeup, but too much.
I don't think she did at first. She really just did the lips.
No, at first she dragged it and nothing happened.
Oh, okay.
I think she just took off her lashes, but then she really started to go to town on herself. Like, ah,
I guess
like
I didn't
doing
quite
this.
realize that.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Delta is just like, I am Donna Summer. I am living in this song. And I was like, yes. And Manila knew all the words, and it was they were both just fabulous.
They were very good.
And they have
it was
a
a great
hug
listen.
at the end, and I was like, oh.
So then Rue is like, you know, Manila, Shantae, you stay. Delta.
You know what? I love you. I adore you.
Thank you.
I
clearly respect
love
her,
you,
yeah.
Delta. You're amazing. Like, she was like, do not be down on yourself.
Which is obvious because she then picked her to do her hair and now is nominated for an Emmy.
Who's laughing now?
Suck it, Shangela.
It's really turned. I was like, ugh, I don't really like her that much at the beginning. You were like, oh, she's alright. I'm like, yeah, just wait.
It's funny. I must just because I didn't remember this season as well, and I like had seen her perform and whatever, and I was like, oh right, Shangela, like, oh she's gotten better.
Yeah.
But God, she's fucking annoying.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, they all come out, and then they cut to Shangela. I mean, this again could be editing, but they cut to Shangela being like, got
rid of you
and
because
it's
my super mindful, masterful strategy.
when Delta gets kicked off, Raja is just like, ah,
Fuck. Yeah, and then she puts on a smile. Oh my God, Raja was really serving me some Sandra Bullock realness this week. There's something about, like, sometimes when she paints her face like this, and, like, with the lips, and, like, we'll put it side by side and let you all decide, but I was feeling some Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock is absolutely on Fabulous Content.
holy shit! How did we miss that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, doy. This week on Untucked.
It's a little different. They all come into the Interior Illusions Lounge as they finish their set. They all kind of come back one by one, and then they're all being friendly and whatever, and then Shangela comes back, and she's like, oh, the crowd was so great. Thanks, Raja, for setting the tone, you know, because you went first. Raja's like, yeah, sure. Like, she keeps saying these things that are supposed to be like, oh, like people are gonna be like, oh, and everyone's like, yeah, okay.
And thank you, because you set the tone, you know, being the first person out there.
Yeah.
But Raja then responds to her. I have no memory of what she said because Carmen, in fact, is in the background just tucking her dick back. Just blurry tape. Raja's like, well, Shangela, blah, blah. And it was just like, wah, 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 and you're like, it's like right behind her head. It was so good. Like, what? It's hot under that fat suit.
Yeah, the
I'm
fat
just gonna
suit's
make
hot.
myself this bikini out of electrical tape. What, y'all?
You know, it's hot underneath this damn fat suit, girl.
I'm
It's
confused why
hot.
you're tucking when you're under a fat suit.
Why are you tucking under a fat suit? Don't worry about it. Carmen just likes to be naked.
And then what's so great about it is that 4 more people come into the room.
Manila comes in.
Like, what are you doing?
She's like, girl, what are you doing putting your pussy out there? And then Yara comes in and she's like, what the fuck? But Manila's, like, makeup to wig line separation was aggressive.
It was a little messy.
Oh, they're all talking about the criticism, the judging.
Right.
How did you feel about your judging? How did you feel about your judging? And Alexis is talking about when Michelle called her out.
In radio, you call it a crutch. It's when you repeat something over and over because you don't know what to say. In Alexis's case, it was honey. Listen, honey, let me tell you something, honey. No, honey.
Oh, honey. And in true Untucked Season 3 editor's fashion.
But be aware of those crutches.
But bitch, I turn it, honey. And whatever they're gonna say is whatever with me, honey, because I still Alexis Mateo, honey.
I agree.
So then Delta really has a minute, and it's sad.
I almost feel like if she says like it's time for you to lip sync for your life, I feel like saying, you know what, I'm cool. I'd like to take my show somewhere where I can go get tipped.
She's like basically giving up. She's like, well, I'm just not gonna lip sync because it's like I'm begging to stay, and then she has this whole speech about she bows down.
Because you're literally like, oh, Ru, pick me, look. Pick me. Look, pick me. Look, pick me.
So please keep me. And she just keeps picking up all these props, and it lasted long enough that I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, okay, haha, you made your point. Oh no.
Yeah, we're still doing okay.
Oh no. And so Raja then is like, let's go to the Gold Bar. I'm gonna give you a pep talk. Let's get it together. And we really get to learn how close they are. That they really are great friends. And Raja's like, do it. Don't give up.
And Raja's really more than just a friend. I mean, Raja's my family. Raja's one of the coolest people I know. And I want to impress her.
Oh no, you're cool, Delta. You don't need to be cool for her.
Right.
You're already at the top of your game as a drag queen. Yeah, and it could be even bigger.
No, and it will be bigger, but the thing is, I really want to focus on my lingerie modeling.
I'm just really trying to focus on my lingerie modeling right now. And it was just such a okay, Delta's back.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
She had her minute,
yeah, and now she's back. And this is where I was just like, I wish she had made more jokes like this. Like, you know, she had just been like, oh, well, you know, like, I'm a housewife, blah, 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 but like, I really want to focus on my lingerie line.
Can't you tell?
Like, right? I'm 5 pounds away from getting my gold weight. If I just eat 2 more cakes, I'm there.
They cut back, and Shangela decides she's gonna ask everybody what they thought about how she picked the order.
What do you guys think of the lineup?
I understand your reasoning.
If I wanted to be shady, I would have been like, I want all the people I don't like to go first. They're going first, and then we're gonna kill the show after that, and that's just not how I wanted it to go.
And then they cut to her confessional being like, ha ha ha, this was my evil plan. I told them that I did it for these reasons, but I actually did it to screw them over. And they're all just like, yeah, we know.
When I tell the other girls how the lineup was put together, I just tell them it's how we do it in a natural comedy club.
And she has this whole long explanation about it, and everyone's like, we don't care.
Shangela's trying to explain how she put together the order. I think she's lying.
Blah, 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 blah. Shangela stacked the cards to put people under the bus. I don't believe a word she's saying, and she's not keeping it real.
I wish they would do this more. I wish they would just not engage, because I feel like Shangela would just like amp herself up into like, this was very much Carmen talking about her J-Lo, where you're like, this is transparent. Let her spin herself out.
Yeah.
Because I like this.
Right. This crazy look.
Just be like, what?
What do you guys think of the lineup?
So Delta goes home, and then we get Ru.
Oh my God.
And the winner!
I mean, this went on for so long.
I mean,
I loved it.
I think you could actually hear like the PAs and director or whatever just laughing in the background. So that's this week. We'll see you next Thursday. Make sure to subscribe, tell all your friends, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we will see you next Thursday. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Yay.
Thank you.